Welcome to the second episode of our Gears of War series here on Tales of the Lesser Medium, a podcast that pokes fun at video game narratives. I'm your narrator, Caleb J. Ross, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hey, listen, I just got Disney Plus, and I was watching that All Dogs Go to Heaven. And I gotta say, I don't know if they do or not, but I hope they do. It made a softie out of me, I tell you. Those fucking dogs eating that spaghetti. Oh!
Yeah, that was my co-host, Travis Terry, crying about dogs. If all the dogs are in heaven, that's just too many dogs. I don't want to go to heaven.
Oh, they need to all go.
We'll be taking you through our favorite video game franchise narratives, interjecting with humorous skits and commentary along the way to make you laugh and to make us cry about how much we're making you laugh, because we give and give and give, and you just seem to take and take and take, audience, and I don't appreciate it.
That's right.
All right? Stop being a dick.
You could give a review. We'll get to that later. But also, I think I'm excited to hear about Marcus's emotional maturity during this. So I think between Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, I think he got Disney Plus. He went through a bunch of the soft Disney, 75-minute tales there and grew a soul. So I'm excited to go over that.
He did. A little known fact, they actually were going to name this second game Tears of War, but they didn't, because that would be confusing and dumb.
Yeah.
All right. Gears of War 2 begins with a narrated recap by Queen Mira herself, whom we left in the first episode hearing from only briefly. She asserts that the humans, while momentarily united after years of warring amongst themselves, have only led themselves closer to doom in their efforts to destroy the locusts. Humanity has coalesced upon the Jacinto Plateau, which is a flat of granite rock that the locusts cannot pierce from their homes underground, so they now surround it and try to coax humanity from the plateau by shouting at them about how much fun life is outside the plateau. Now, Travis, you've been told by many people behind your back that you're somewhat locust-like, right? So what would you shout to the humans on the Jacinto Plateau to convince them to leave safety?
Behind my back. Yeah, I wouldn't know about that, I guess. But I would say if I were a locust...
That's the definition of behind your back, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I would, if I were one of the locusts, I'd pop my head out and be like, hey, Gears, there's a titty bar with a gym out back, about 100 paces off that rock. And you know how much those Gears like to work out. They'd be like, oh, I gotta go work on my chafes and my whatever pecs, and then they would saunter off the rock. All of them would. Every fucking last one of them would saunter over there, check out this new gym, and then you could just hop on the rock. You got the rock.
What's better than a titty bar? A titty bar full of sweaty dudes.
Yeah, dudes got titties.
Yeah, it's true. Good point. That's two birds with one stone, man. They should have a lifestyle for this kind of thing. They could call it like, God, what should they call it?
Titty sexual.
Titty sexual. So where were we here? It has been 6 months since the light mass bomb events described in our previous episode, and about 6 months since we recorded that previous episode. This little inside baseball for y'all there. Yeah. And in that time since, the Locust Horde have breached the city of Jacinto, and Travis has grown a full beard.
Yeah, full beard up top and down below. 2 beards.
We see a squad of wounded Gears soldiers being transported down the street. A woman named Anya, who is not wearing combat gear like the others, turns to Marcus and Dom and remarks that those wounded soldiers were sent to defend a nearby depot. And Dom says, well, don't keep me in suspense. How'd it go? Because it didn't go well.
Yeah, it didn't.
See, actually, Dom says, you know what? I'll let you take this. You're Dom, right?
No, you're Dom.
Kidding, actually. Oh, yeah. What was my Dom voice?
Nerdy. It was your nerd voice. I don't know why. Because Dom is a very respected and good soldier. He's got nerd
maybe over the 6 months since we've recorded these episodes, he's changed his voice somewhat. Purposefully, okay? So the voice I'm going to do right now for Dom is purposefully different than the previous one on purpose. Okay. So actually, Dom, he says, damn, that's just down the road. This drives home that the Locust invasion is getting closer, and that human soldiers suck at soldiering, apparently. In the Gears War, okay? The Gears world.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody sucks at soldiering because the wars have gone on for too fucking long, you know? It's like the pendulum wars.
Or everyone is equally as great at soldiering, maybe. It's also possible. As Marcus and Dom are standing by, a new recruit arrives. His full headgear covers his face completely, and he's having trouble carrying all of his equipment. An apparent rookie, just like Ken Griffey Jr. in 1992, which we established in the previous episode is in fact Ken Griffey Jr.'s rookie year.
1989.
Anya tells Marcus that Private Ben Carmine here is now part of his squad. Phoenix is not pleased with the idea of having an untrained rookie at his side, especially one as bumbling and goofy as Carmine appears to be. The rookie awkwardly salutes Phoenix, drops his gun by accident, and gives off a very howdy-doody kind of vibe.
You can almost feel Marcus's eyes roll. Like Marcus tells this rookie Carmine his first mission is to just guard the area he's currently standing in, and then just leaves him there. He's like, guard this gravel, and I'm going to go home, basically.
Okay, I could guard the gravel. Okay, and I'm definitely capable of doing so. This was actually part of my training because I did go to training, by the way. I just want you to know that. Absolutely went to training.
Sure, yeah.
And so I can do it, but I need to be informed about the problems here. So what kind of dangers might I have to defend against in this spot? I just out of curiosity.
Well, you could get shit on by a bird. That's always
shit on by a bird.
Could be a lot of seagulls out here. We are on the only fixed, rock around. A lot of seagulls fly around pooping. Also, I could tap your nuts. I could also just reach around and tap your nuts. Got you in the fucking nutsack. Were you trained for that? You little piss ant. Huh? That's right.
So I gotta watch out for seagull poop and pieces of shit hitting me in the balls. That's I said.
What did you just say?
I said pieces of shit. Oh God.
I'm gonna fucking kill him. Hold me back, Dom. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
What if you flicked my balls and you were just like really impressed by the ball?
Like, holy shit, man. Jesus Christ.
I told you I was prepared. I trained. I got my balls flicked a lot in basic training. So
yeah, man. Jeez.
Meanwhile, Marcus and Dom head off for a patrol mission to the nearby depot where the wounded soldiers just returned from. On the way, a transmission from Anya tells Dom that they are still looking for his wife Maria and that they have found a Jane Doe. Well, keep looking. That's not her name. So you might want to...
Her name's Maria.
Idiots. This sobering message reminds us that these characters have deeper motivations than just killing any locust they come across.
Especially Marcus, whose deepest motivation is not smiling, smoking a pack of parliaments at a time, and making everyone around him feel emasculated by comparison. But just some strong hobbies there. A lot of people do baseball cards, but that's Marcus's thing.
Yeah. At this point, Marcus and Dom link up with another Gears soldier, Ty, and together the three of them make their way to the nearby hospital that is reportedly under attack. Now, this is our first firefight so far in Gears 2, and Marcus and company drive the locusts back and out of the hospital and into the courtyard, where they encounter a new enemy type, a Reaver. This large, gruesome, spider-like enemy does appear different from the other large, gruesome, spider-like enemies, and that this one more closely resembles a giant flea and can fly. And it flies off before the team can kill it, of course.
Huh. Can fleas fly, like in real life, or do they just hop around?
Hey, don't reduce the physical prowess of a flea like that, okay? I come from a long line of fleas, and we are a very proud species.
I guess they just hop.
Yeah,
then.
I think that's it.
Now that you're being indignant.
They just hop. They hop and do flips around. Yeah. They hop, and I would imagine look like bumbling idiots in midair, because they can't, I mean, their bodies are too small. They probably can't control themselves once they're that high in the air.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine they leap and just kind of fumble
I think they're doing some
stuff,
Tony Hawk. I bet they get like points for like grinding hairs and stuff and fucking doing some sweet flips, like landing on like right on an asshole of a dog. Like fucking 82 points for a flea.
I'd play that game.
Ugh.
Now, it must be pointed out, because we are Tales of the Lesser Medium, that when entering one wing of the hospital, a gunship called a Raven, aka a fancy helicopter, crashes through a glass ceiling.
It's getting to the point in these that I don't feel safe unless a helicopter is crashing every few minutes. It's like the heartbeat of our podcast.
The helicopter is the lightning rod of every game world. I'm scared something bad is going to happen to me. Oh, wait, there's a helicopter over there. Well, I'm safe, at least. That helicopter's way over there, yeah. Soon after, Marcus receives a transmission from the rookie Carmine, saying he's under attack. Marcus asks him why he isn't fighting back, and Carmine tells him he's having trouble getting his gun to reload. What caliber of bullets are you using there, man?
Caliber of what?
He's a rookie. See, he doesn't know what a bullet is. Get it?
I got it.
So Fenix, annoyed, makes his way back toward Carmine, but is stopped by the Reaver they encountered earlier. They fight their way through the city streets, navigating open fires, overturned cars, and destroyed buildings to get back to the central Jacinto area where they'd left Carmine. When they get back to him, they find he's doing an okay job in defending himself and the area. So together, along with the help of air support, the locusts retreat. Fenix even tells Carmine,
Rook, you did good.
ooh, oh man, that's probably not something that happens too often, getting a compliment from Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, you big muscly man. I think you are a very intelligent. Your hair smells good.
Yeah. How about you stop talking and let me be and just accept your compliment? Okay?
I will. You are the best at giving instructions,
Don't
and
talk.
your hair still smells good.
I still see you're wearing a face mask. Can't really see your face, but I can somehow just tell your mouth is open, and that bothers me a lot. I'm going to ask you to shut that mouth. Shut it up. Shut it. Shut the mouth.
Dutifully commanded, sir.
That.
Anya then updates Dom on the Jane Doe they found. She apparently fits the description of his missing wife, Maria. Dang it. So close.
Can I just have that one?
Yeah. If only her name was not Jane and it was instead Maria. God dang it. All this sounds great, but she was released a few days prior. So this Jane Doe they located wasn't dead. She was just an unidentified woman fitting the description of his wife, giving him hope. He says, damn it, not again. I've lost her again. And I have an exit now. And if you remember from our previous episode, he had once before lost his wife, and she was found by Franklin, the leader of the encampment of Euphoria, that helped him get the Junker vehicle. You guys remember that, right? Probably more importantly, though, than me mispronouncing Euphoria, probably, is why does Dom's wife just keep disappearing? Travis, you like true crime and stuff. Is this like a true crime thing?
Absolutely. So what's happening here is Dom has actually murdered his wife. And to throw people off the scent, he's like, oh no, I can't find my wife. She's definitely not in the trunk of my car. Oh no, she's definitely not in that lake near the house. Near our old beach house there. She's not there, guys. Don't even look down there. She's missing. She ran away again. Oh no, it's bad. And but she's dead. He killed her. That's my theory for now. Even though I know it's not true, it's a fun theory to have at this point in the story. If you weren't me and didn't know the ending already, I'm just saying that. Like if you don't know the ending of the story, you can have that theory, and that'll be fun for you. I know it's not true. I kind of spoiled it for you just now. I'll stop talking. But you guys enjoy. Dom killed his wife. Kind of. He didn't really. All right, go on.
Yep. Silent Hill set that precedent, so it would be a valid theory. Yeah. The protagonist killed his wife, didn't even know it, kind of thing.
Didn't even know it. Oops, he said.
Cut to a public decree from the president of Sera. He says that humanity must act now and end the war or face extinction.
Okay.
Which doesn't seem like a very good, I would say in the war. I don't know. It seems pretty simple.
Yep.
So it's been decided that rather than stay and protect Jacinto, the humans are going on the offensive. So Dom, Marcus, and Carmine hop onto a helicopter.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. En route to land down, an area Marcus says is perfect for hitting the grubs or locust enemies on their own turf. Carmine assumes there's a shitload of grubs there, and Marcus confirms that there are 10 shitloads there.
Yeah.
There are 10 shitloads there, son.
He was real proud of that, too. He was like,
oh, I can up your shitload. 10 shitloads. Try that out. Try that on.
Oh boy, I have not seen 10 shitloads of anything in quite some time. really excited about all this stuff. I'm excited about hanging out with you, Marcus.
There's going to be a lot of stuff out here to kill, Rook. It's going to be impressive. I want you out there. I want you to keep your head up. I want you to keep your stance like they taught you. Keep those steel balls of yours intact and just murder. All right.
All right. Oh man, I'm standing just like you are, Phoenix. Look at us. Just two peas in a pod.
Just go away. Just go over there and be excited by yourself. Be excited by yourself over there. Listen, you make me uncomfortable. Okay, I'm just going to say that.
You are so good at being uncomfortable. You're just great at this stuff. Right.
Look, I love the murder stuff. Always have. I fight that fight in my brain. It's a horror show in there, and I love it. I'm getting hard thinking about it, but you're ruining that for me by talking.
I can't get hard since the metal covering over my penis.
Shut your mouth.
Once landed, Marcus is introduced to one of the more flamboyant characters in the franchise outside of Cole, who we met in our last episode. Meet Dizzy Wallen, a rugged cowboy hat wearing good old boy with a fun accent.
Welcome to the big suck, Sergeant Phoenix. You ready to hit the road? You know it. Well, let's go chunk some bullets at them grubs.
Yeah, he just said, "Welcome to the big suck," which is exactly how Caleb's mom has greeted me every single time we've met. In my mind, I've not actually met your mother.
It's good because she's dead. Dizzy owns a... She's not dead. Not yet. She will be very soon. Oh, no. Dizzy owns a...
What are you going to do to your mother?
No, she's just sick.
Oh, no,
Dizzy owns a rig named Betty. Betty is a large military vehicle with a platform for armed soldiers, an enormous cannon, and a pair of turrets mounted on top. A convoy of other Betty-like vehicles and air support are making their way across some rugged terrain toward Landdown to ambush the locusts. Not far in, the locusts begin firing long-range attacks on the convoy, wiping the helicopters out immediately.
Didn't see that coming.
And even knocking a few of the other Bettys off the mountain. Using the top-mounted turret, Marcus staves off attacks from the air while Betty makes her way along the narrow ridge. So much for a surprise attack on the locusts.
The locusts are like bugs. Locusts themselves are kind of slow and stupid, but actual bugs are hard to catch off guard a lot of the time. Like, have you ever tried to smack a fly, with your hand? It's hard, right? So, plus we're dealing with a hive mind here, which is pretty tough to surprise, especially when you're a massive convoy. They can hear you coming. It ain't like Ryu from Ninja Gaiden sneaking around in tall weeds in the dark.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Even the Jesus soldiers from the Bible, they couldn't even stop a few locusts, right? That was a story in there.
I don't know. That might be a Tales of the Lesser Medium. We'll have to just cover some Bible. I don't know.
Let's make fun of the Bible as a narrative. That'll be good.
Yeah.
On the seventh day, he created light. How the hell did he see what he was doing the first 6 days? That's stupid.
That'd have been my first idea.
Yeah. Eventually, the locusts send... By the way, quick tip for you. Catching a fly. The way to do that is you approach from behind.
Yeah.
Because when flies take off, they actually go backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can impress your friends now.
Oh, good.
First, get friends. Then you can impress them with your fly-catching abilities and lose your friends immediately.
It's really hard to get friends while you also attract flies. It's hard to do that.
That's true. Eventually, the locusts send in their big dogs to combat the convoy, the Brumoks. Brumoks, which are the giant bipedal monsters with a turret for an arm. These beasts descend upon the vehicles, but the Betty and other rigs make quick work of them. Now, it would seem at this point that nothing could stand in the way of the Gears and their assault on Landdown. That is, until something stands in the way. While Betty is able to make it through, the rig behind them is destroyed, and the only survivor is Ty, the soldier we met earlier, and he now joins the squad, making it a foursome: Marcus, Dom, Carmine, and Ty. Now, Dizzy never strays too far from Betty and never really engages in combat.
Yeah, Dizzy does not like to leave the Betty, for sure.
It's true. Come on, Dizzy. Just bring the keys with you. Come on. No one's going to take Betty way out here, all right? Come on, let's go.
Listen, I ain't going to leave this big old tall four-wheeled piece of pussy out here. Are you crazy? Ain't nobody going to get near my Betty girl, nuh-uh. She's so tall you
Come on.
could see her from 6 miles away. It's going to attract all kinds of unsettling strays over here. Just try to prod at her. Ain't no way.
Hey, if you can see Betty from 6 miles away, all the more reason for you to be comfortable leaving her, right? You can always just turn your head back, take a look, make sure she's still there, and fight the good fight. We need soldiers here. Spinny McDermott.
Not going to. First of all, my name's Dizzy Wallen. Okay, I don't know where you got
right,
Spinny McDermott.
Whirlpool Rodriguez.
Whatever. You're dumb. But anyway, if I get
Because Whirlpools spin, Dizzy. All right, you get it, don't you?
Listen,
Come on.
I'm heavy set. I eat a lot of onion rings. I don't make it more than maybe a mile in 1 hour. If I get a mile away from Betty and I look back and there's a little pickup truck going dogtown on her, that's going to take me a half hour to get back to rescue her, and that makes me uncomfortable. I don't like to leave Betty here. Stop making me try to fight. I'm also afraid of war.
Well, we had a breakthrough. All right, Dizzy. I get it. Once at the outskirts of the city of Landown, Anya, the woman we met at the opening, tells the squad via radio that they must travel to the city center and find a monument. It is there that they must drill down into the earth to get to the heart of the locusts.
This is starting to sound made up. I'm just going to say that.
The Gears encounter many firefights on their way there, and the frustrating thing is Betty can't venture on until the streets are eradicated of the exploding tickers. These fast-moving tick-like creatures will kamikaze toward an enemy and explode on impact or when shot, either of which are capable of instantly killing someone. Now, several of them would do a number on the Betty, so the team goes on foot to wipe them out while old Dizzy hangs back and swears a lot.
Just pointing out tickers. There's one, get his ass. Get his ass. Don't let him near Betty. I swear to God. Shoot him. There's one coming from the 4 o'clock. Get him.
I only know how to tell digital time, so 4 o'clock means nothing. I just hear people saying it. Finally, they get to a train tunnel that leads to the city center, where they need to drill down. The tunnel is dark, the tickers are gone, so of course these well-equipped soldiers reach into their military supply bags and pull out a few flashlights. Just kidding. Dizzy offers to fondle his robot. He yells to the team,
Damn, it's darker than a rat's ass in here. Let me light up Betty's titties.
Yeah, he actually says that.
He says that.
I'm starting to sense that if Dizzy were to offer up Betty to any one of these soldiers as sort of a wartime trench prostitute and these soldiers declined, Dizzy would be like genuinely perplexed. Dizzy's the guest on the Maury Povich show who's bragging about his wife's 102 size triple Z bra size, like completely unaware that good things have limits, you know?
They do.
And her lips is bigger than my whole face, and her vagina is 6 feet deep, and it comes right out of her head. You don't know me. You don't know me.
That's too big, sir. That's too big. That's much too large.
Yeah. Her elbows are sharp enough to pierce steaks.
Oh, man. I love a big sharp-elbowed woman, which makes sense, though, because Dizzy is attracted to, like, a 200 million ton tank. So, I mean, he probably does like things a little bit larger than life. And he'll go on Maury Povich, and he's like, I am the father. I am. That was me. I did it.
And it's the rare instance in which the woman is really hoping he's not. Like it's
God, no, please.
God,
no.
I hope not. Please.
God damn.
So much to Dizzy's confusion, these soldiers decide not to ride Betty through the tunnel. They say it's because more exploding tickers are trickling out, but Dizzy thinks it's because y'all are gay.
Y'all are gay, stop. Quit.
Y'all aren't man enough to have sex with a truck. The flashlights aren't all a waste, though. I suppose it's nice to know what lies ahead, just in case something bigger emerges from the darkness. But nothing does, though. At least not until they get a bit deeper into the tunnel, where something bigger emerges from the darkness. A Reaver shows up, but with the entire team and Betty on high alert, its fate is quickly sealed.
Yeah, that poor Reaver. The Reaver was like, whoa, is that titties? Ah, shit, no, I'm dead. Should have peeked in there, thought I saw Betty's titties, and
It's a good way to go. After a firefight with some locusts shortly after, a touching moment takes place. Now, sure, in the last episode, we made our Marcus character a self-centered jock, a meat-headed pervert fixated on giant holes,
That's right.
a bully who saw Dom as his punching bag.
Fuck you,
but
Dom.
now, he happens to be there when Dom needs him most.
Yo, Marcus,
Yeah?
if something happens to me, promise me you'll look for Maria.
You got it, Dom. No problem.
Have you seen all dogs go to heaven? It's fucking great, man. Two dogs start to kiss after they eat spaghetti. Oh my god.
I think you got the wrong movie.
I don't know.
I think that's Lady and the Tramp.
It might be Lady and the Tramp. I binge watched them. I was up all night. I cried. Oh man, I cried. And the dog movies.
In my head, any dog in any movie is dead eventually. You know, he's got to think about him that way.
I mean, if you think about it, like literally no dog could eat spaghetti like that, so it's like already kind of fucked. But you just gotta buy into it.
The next cutscene is exciting, though. A new enemy arrives. It has a face that looks a little like one of the ghost pirates from Pirates of the Caribbean. And more importantly, it wields a stick that has a power saw on the end of it. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And this power saw attached to the end of the stick is quickly used to cut through a friggin' battle tank, which does happen right in front of the Gears. So naturally, the Gears see this and they panic. Dizzy, he tries to distract it, while Dom and Marcus hop on an elevator that shoots riders underground through a shaft like a bullet, leaving their comrades behind to deal with a tentacle-faced hellsaw guy. Now, once at the bottom, Marcus tries to radio back to Dizzy, but he gets no response. The radios do work, though, as Carmine, the rookie, radios that his own lift went off course, and now he's not really sure where he is. Which begs the question, how bad do you have to be at elevators for yours to get lost? I don't know. Marcus and Dom set off to locate Carmine in their new subterranean environment.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting these aren't just any old elevators. These are pods you can just get into. Like, I could just have one outside. I could just go walk into it, and then it has a drill on the bottom, and it just goes through the fucking ground, down in the ground, and it lifts themselves back out, too. It's a technological marvel, really. It's like you can take that elevator anywhere you want to go.
Well, I mean, you say it's technological marvel, but not really enough of a technological marvel to have, navigation capabilities. They couldn't throw Google Maps at it.
I don't get GPS signal where I live. I mean, imagine underground, it's hard. I'll get them some slack. I mean, even the Hammer of Dawn don't work unless you're outside in a courtyard.
That's true. Good point. Good point. Maybe the Hammer of Dawn is what broke the navigation capabilities. Maybe it was there. And the inventors of this drill thing didn't account for people using the Hammer of Dawn so close to it, Yep.
Now we're talking about what the people listening to this want us to talk about.
There's people listening to this? Holy shit. Take two. Welcome to Tales of the Lesser Medium, a podcast. So they find Carmine and then have Jack, the robot, repair his lift while they fight off hordes of locusts and then turn the lift sideways and use it to drill hallways through the ground for them. Or groundways, I think there was what those are called. Ground hallways.
Ground hallways, yeah. I mean, it's pretty convenient. I always forget Jack is there. But Jack, the little robot that can't talk but is like a hovering Inspector Gadget, is always around. He's always there.
Over the radio, Anya tells Dom that many refugees have fled underground for safety after all the Hammer of Dawn strikes and that Maria could be down there somewhere. So he says he'll keep an eye out.
So they think his wife is just wandering around underground now? Like, the Gears have been engaged in firefights every inch of the way down here, and she's just meandering around in some dark cave by herself. Way to get a man's hopes up. Hey, Dom, if she's not down there, maybe we'll try going to the moon next. Maybe she went up there for a jog.
And I like how she just casually says, you might want to keep an eye out. I mean,
keep an eye out.
Yeah. Just keep an eye out, I know you've been looking for her literally every moment of your life since she's been gone, and there's never a time when you're not hunting the horizon for her silhouette. Yeah. But in case you stop doing that temporarily, maybe start doing that again. Just keep an eye out.
Also, we know that you're constantly under attack and have been for weeks. You've not slept. All you're doing is looking for any movement in the distance to kill or to survive. Keep an eye out, though.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an extra eye out. Yeah, just an extra one if you got another one.
Yeah. So the next mission is to go and investigate the seismic activity that's nearby. So let's just hope she's not like near that. On their jaunt through the underground maze of corridors, Carmine's rookiness shines through, man. He occasionally asks Marcus adorable questions like, "Hey, Sarge, you think we'll ever see the surface again?" And Marcus, being the caring, empathetic leader he is, always responds with,
"Yeah."
Sweet reassurance. So after traversing what seems like miles underground, fighting the locusts at each step, the walls around them begin to shake. Seismic activity. Investigated. Check. The source of the seismic activity has been spotted. Despite being far underground, it's still light enough somehow to see an enormous tail of a giant serpent-like creature.
Any sign of Maria down here, though? Have we found Maria?
We're keeping an eye out. Haven't seen her yet, though. We'll keep an eye out, though.
Okay.
Yeah, no Maria down here at all, which likely causes Dizzy to double down on his offer, to prostitute out his sex robot wife. Seriously, Marcus, you've never seen a prettier razor-sharp teeth on a vulva, I swear to God.
You are right. I absolutely have not, Dizzy, and I wish you would put it away and stop fucking it.
Like right now? Can I
It's
finish?
weird for you to offer it to us while you're on it. Like if you had pulled it out of a box fresh and said, "Hey guys, want to take a round on this?" That's different. But you're on it. I don't want none of it.
There are so many holes, okay? I've got one penis, so many holes. All right, we can do this.
I'm gonna actually leave.
They're too far underground now to really use their radio. They're on their own in search of answers. With Carmine around, however, there is no shortage of questions, and Marcus answers each one with grace.
One thing I still don't understand. Have the locusts been down here, forever, or what?
Who knows, man?
This one guy in Basic, he thought they were from Risea or one of the moons, and that they feed on emulsion.
Hey, Marcus, you ever seen them eating emulsion?
They can eat shit and die for all I care.
Amen, Marcus. Amen. Soon, the enormous serpent-like creature that has been causing all of this seismic activity slithers by again, and as it does, it removes all rock formations in its path and ultimately causes an entire nearby city to sink into the ground. The gears stand at the precipice of the now sunken city, and for the first time in the series, they appear visibly shaken by the magnitude of what they're up against. After some stunted silence, Marcus pipes up,
A giant worm! They're sinking cities with a giant worm!
Marcus assumes the locust strategy is to punch holes around the earth of Jacinto to sink it. Now, it's not a bad plan. The gears will need to put a stop to the horde and its earth-puncturing hellworm before it's too late. They make their way to the sunken city named Ilima, and as they do, a fiery helicopter whirls through the air and explodes into the nearby mountainside.
I was just starting to feel uneasy. Thank you.
Another one down, man. Over the radio, Marcus hears encouraging news that the city was evacuated prior to its sinking, but Command tasks him and the gears with searching for survivals in the rubble anyway, just in case. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out.
All right, I'll do it. Hey, anyone down here survive? 1, 2. This is Marcus to Command. No survivors. We gotta get out of here.
It turns out Cole from the last episode. Woo! Yep, that's him. Was on that helicopter that was seen whirling into the mountainside. After numerous firefights inside the city, as they search for survivors, they hear him come over the radio. And it sounds sloshy. Dizzy's like, hey, that sounds good. I'll try it out once. They hear him come over the radio. Marcus can barely hear what is said through the static, but realizes they need to get to the chopper crash site before the locusts descend upon it. As it would turn out, though, Cole was perfectly fine. He reintroduces himself to the team in dramatic fashion as a slow-mo cutscene shows him stick a grenade to the back of an enemy, roll out of reach, turn and fire a shotgun into the face of another one, and then leap down to greet the team.
Nobody plays this game like me. Nobody.
Cole!
In the flesh, baby.
So we do have to consider the fact that it's possible that helicopter crash was a result of Cole practicing this dangerous and highly frowned upon grenade sleight of hand. How else did he get away unscathed?
It's true. Just out there. Okay, I'm going to do 10 more reps. The boys are going to love it. Can't wait. First, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, it's a ghost! I thought I saw Cole die," and then I'm going to be like, "Look at this grenade stuff I practiced," and oh man. But later on in the conversation, Marcus actually does say,
Thank you.
to Cole, showing a little bit of a character progression, as if he did get Disney Plus. But unfortunately, it walks right up to an awkward moment because he says,
Hey, Thanks for the help, Cole. Where's the rest of your squad?
And Cole says, here's my squad, and holds up a fistful of dog tags, which, God, I'm so happy that didn't confuse Marcus and lead him to ask more questions like,
No, that's a necklace of dog tags. Where is your squad?
No wonder they died. You can't hold a gun if you're just a bunch of jewelry. Rookies.
However, Baird and another squad member are still alive and must be found. So that is the new objective.
After they bounce around through some corridors made by the giant worm from earlier, which are somehow already lit by torches, they find they find the mangled torso of one of Cole's other squad members.
See, now that's what I was talking about. That's a squad member. He's dead, but he's not a necklace.
Baird then yells for help. He's trapped in one of the lifts described earlier and says locusts are locking people up in them and sending them deeper into the hollow, further remarking, "These things have processes, man," to which Cole replies,
They were gonna process me, man. Whatever that means. Shit, I show these locust bitches some process.
Easily my favorite thing anyone has ever said.
Yeah, the Locust HR department, they insist upon processes, you know. You know what happens when a Locust manager doesn't follow the prisoner process? A good old performance improvement plan is what happens.
Oh no, not one of those.
All right, okay. So I see here. Well, you recently put a prisoner through our process, and you didn't do so good. Where do you think you went wrong on that?
Well, you guys a prisoner. Because I'm a locust, so we don't treat them well. We're not supposed to. We're locusts. We're bad.
Yeah.
So I brought him in, and I pulled his pants down a little bit, and I tanned his bottom.
Okay.
As they say.
Okay.
So
Pause right there. Pause right there. I think we hit upon your deviation from our expected process. So, the pulling the pants part down is definitely part of the process. That's step 3B. I get it. Tanning his hide, however.
That's what I was told to do.
Well, that might have been what you were told to do, but that is not the process. And that's unfortunately a problem for us because we really do insist that all of our locusts follow a specific process. And I know my voice has gotten a little bit more manly since just the...
This is weird. This is strange. I didn't even know we had an HR department, much less one that can just change voices. When did we get an HR department? We're the bad guys. This is insane.
I think that's my favorite voice of yours now. I can't even keep going. There's no, and scene. Like I can't even keep going.
Okay. Also, new objective. We're looking for prisoners. Right in front of them, another giant flea floats by, and no, not a reaver. This one is slow moving, like a Zeppelin-sized floating flea, and somehow the gears know that it's a transport barge for prisoners. They just know that. They're like, oh, look, that's a transport barge for prisoners. So they run to it, and I'm not sure, like, when I see that, I'm like, it's probably not a barge. That's a giant flea. We should murder it. But they were like, nope, this is a bus, and it floats, and we're going to get on it. So I don't know. I'm impressed with just how their intuition in the locust world sometimes pays off. It's just incredible.
I agree. All of this is terribly stupid. So the gears clear this floating flea barge of enemies and get it moving. And while it's moving, they pop down into the holding cells to release any prisoners on board. And eventually they find one. Hey, it's their fellow soldier Ty. His cell door opens and he staggers out. His eyes are rolled back in his head. His face and body are covered with wounds. His expression is one of fear and anguish. My guess is he probably just got improperly processed really hard. And so we're left to ask, like, is he even alive? And Marcus doesn't notice any of this, or at least he doesn't acknowledge it. He just says,
"Die, let's go,"
and tosses him a shotgun. Thankfully,
Here, take this.
Thankfully, he catches it because he doesn't really look in any condition to catch anything. Marcus then turns around and orders the rest of the crew to be on guard. But before he can refocus his attention back to Ty has a shotgun's barrel under his chin. Marcus screams,
"No!"
But it's too late. Ty pulls the trigger, ending his own life in front of his squad mates.
Oh, man, that's a rough scene. I kind of want to go back to making fun of the big flea barge.
The gears surmise that the locusts are breaking people and their will to live, but aren't sure how. Marcus rips off Ty's dog tags, and still bewildered and shocked, they leave the barge and their fallen comrade behind.
I I get the dog tag thing now.
But it's refreshing a bit later to hear Marcus tell Control over the radio that he's sad about Ty and will miss him. And so this is kind of like is completing that arc of Marcus being like all tough, and now he's being nice to the rookie, or at least trying to, and he's sad about a suicide he witnessed, so I guess that's a big step up for him, which is saying a lot. But, I think Gears 1 Marcus would have said something like,
yeah, it sucks to be dead,
or something like that. But Gears 2 Marcus, showing some humanity, you love to see it.
Yeah, what progression from, haha, death to, oh, maybe death isn't so funny. You know, that's
that is it actually seems quite final. I thought, yeah, it's weird.
Eventually, Marcus and company see daylight again.
All dogs go to heaven, though, so it's not final. It's not. They go to heaven, and they keep being dogs.
Heaven's just so full of dogs. So many dogs. And it's not fair. It's not fair that all dogs get to go to heaven. Because what about the dicks?
Right?
What about the really asshole dogs?
Yeah, and what about, like, just some cats? Like, why can't they get a pass? They're sweet.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Eventually, Marcus and company see daylight again and make their way to a clearing to be extracted by, you guessed it, a helicopter.
Shit.
This creates a bit of a tense moment for Tales of the Lesser Medium fans because as the chopper comes into view, so do the open jaws of the enormous underground hellworm that was creating all of those gaping tunnels earlier. Will the chopper land safely so the Gears can hop on and ride out of here? Or will the worm chomp the chopper out of the air like a dog catching a frisbee?
Somehow both?
Yes, somehow both. See, the rookie Carmine is late getting in the chopper because he was having too much fun shooting guns in the joyous way only gun rookies can. Once he hops on, he drops the line, "Wow, can't believe we made it." Or if you prefer, "Wow, can't believe we made it." This line,
both characters, I like it.
This line immediately, he's the war, it messes with his mind, man. This line immediately jinxes the whole damn thing. His tiny delay allowed the worm to come in hot, mouth agape, and bump the chopper. Carmine plummets to the depths below, presumably dying on impact somewhere in the abyss.
It was a pretty big drop, and I didn't see a parachute. He might Gandalf the Whitus later. But right now, let's assume he's real fucking dead.
But worse, now the worm closes its mouth around the chopper with all the gears inside, begging the question I always ask in these hungry kaiju scenarios. What the hell is your endgame monster? There's like 2% meat and 98% indigestible metal hull and spinning blades. That's like if I wiped my ass with a glass of orange juice because the pulp was kind of sort of toilet paper, and also the glass breaks into helicopter blade shaped shivs.
That's actually the perfect analogy. I don't know how you did it, but
experience, sir. Experience. All right.
Oh, gross.
I've been in some precarious situations involving a lack of toilet paper and an enormous plethora of orange juice.
We have a lot of Donald Duck in the fridge. And, yeah, I mean, it's in a paper carton. You'd think I'd just go for that, but no. Nope.
Oh, man, hindsight 2020, man. That's a good idea. Next time I'm in that situation, which I plan to be soon. Our last look at the Alpha crew shows each soldier with horror-filled expressions in realizing their doom as they've been ingested by the gaping maw of what seems to be a miles-long worm with rock for skin.
Rock for skin. Oh, man.
I said that. In a brief cutscene, Dom experiences a flashback where he sees his wife hovering over him, telling him to wake up. Dom! Wait, I kind of want her voice to be more like, Dom, wake up, hon. My mother has the kids and we have the whole day to ourselves. Come on, you get up.
I hate her.
See what he liked about her. It's clearly during a period before the locusts ravaged the lives of everyone on the planet. Life seems normal in their vision. This is the first time we've seen Dom's wife.
Yeah, because she definitely wasn't wandering around in that big fucking tunnel earlier.
No. And we even kept an eye out, if you'll recall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when he wakes up, it's Marcus hovering over him and telling him to wake up.
Dom, wake up. We have the whole day to ourselves. My mother has the kids. Roll over on your back. It's harder to... There you go.
It just doesn't sound. One of them is slightly less irritating. Yeah, it just doesn't sound the same.
Yeah, I think actually Marcus's is.
So when he wakes up, he finds that they've been eaten by the worm, and the inside of the worm looks an awful lot like the inside of the tunnels we just marched through, except these tunnels shift around a bit and have a layer of stomach acid oozing all around. And Cole describes it well.
Oh, man, look at this shit. It's straight nasty down here. Where the fuck we at?
So they're now. Let's straighten it out here. So they're now on a mission to find the worm's heart and destroy it. On the way, they do find Carmine. He didn't. I guess he must have fallen into the mouth of the beast, and he didn't die. But he's not looking good. He's on his back, gurgling blood, covered in acid. I mean, might as well be dead. He can't get any words out, and it's too bad there's no somber moment here, because like right at that instance, something starts chasing them through the inside of the worm. So they just leave him behind, like, all right, fuck, he's dead. And then they go plummeting through all the worm sphincters and dodging everything. It's eaten along the way. And also have to mention, oh my God, there are saggy titty things coming out of the walls, spewing acid on everyone. And you got to shoot them. It's really fucking weird because you're like, oh, sweet titties, but they're gross. And also, it stinks down here, apparently.
Ugh, this place stinks like gas, man.
Ass. More like cheesy rotten. Toe jam ass.
I got a question. Why kill the heart? They're still trapped in this thing, right?
I mean, it's all about the sacrifice of war, man. They're like, we got to stop the worm, even if it kills us, you know?
Which it definitely will, because we're going to attack the one thing that's keeping it alive in a way that might allow us to escape.
Maybe they can just, maybe like, if we find the heart, we'll just strap some like M80s to Carmine, since he's basically dead, and just glue him to the heart, and then we'll run out the ass, and that'll be it.
Why not just strap the M80s directly to the heart? Like, I don't know why you got to put Carmine in between the M80s and the heart.
I guess
science, maybe. I guess
haze him.
First, we tan his hide, right? We pulled his pants down according to process. We tan his hide. Step 2 in the process of prisoner hazing. Let's strap him to a giant worm heart with M80s. Oh man,
that'll show his ass.
Yeah, and then we'll toilet paper his house. Got it.
Escalation.
They chainsaw their way through several membranes, eventually reaching the heart of the beast. They sever a few arteries on each of the worm's hearts they come across, hoping that will do the job. And it does.
Yay.
The worm breaches the ground like a whale and thrashes to the earth in agony, with its insides all spewing out in a river of blood that the gears just kind of float out on.
So Carmine is dead.
He has to be. Come on.
Okay.
Marcus and company then receive intel about the Locust Queen, and their new mission is to find her location. They are flown to what was once a Locust outpost, an old abandoned factory. They believe it has a direct path to the Queen, hidden somewhere within.
And there's also a cute moment here where they find a flamethrower, and then they all talk about how Carmine loved fire, and he would have loved the flamethrower, even though he would have probably burned all their asses with it. And I'm just like, oh, guys, come on. You're remembering your comrade. You didn't really like him. This is so sweet.
He would have really liked the movie with the dogs in it, and they got another one with cats, lions, and stuff. Disney's great, man. If you got Disney Plus, guys, this is great. They got all the classics stuff, man. It's great. He would have loved it.
After wandering around the factory, they eventually notice multiple screens with a face on it that talks to them, as faces tend to do from time to time. At first, they believe it's just a recording, but it starts responding to them intelligently. They talk to it and learn that they are in the New Hope Research Facility, which ironically shows little to no signs of hope, new or old. So there's that. But there's something weird about the intelligent voice, and Marcus reckons someone is controlling it inside what they originally believed to be an abandoned facility.
Spooky.
On their way through, they are met with automated turrets that they have to disengage, and they come across some stasis tanks with some rather uninviting specimens inside. The AI voice continues to be vague yet taunting. A short while later, these specimens in the tank begin to wake, and the AI tells them they have woken the sires.
What's a sire, you ask? Super ugly sumbitch. Looks like a loogie with teeth.
Marcus sets them ablaze as they burst from the tanks and charge at the crew. The AI voice asserts that these specimens were not quite ripe yet, but are meant to bridge the gap of their evolutionary future. No one is quite sure what he means by that. Plus, they are focused on not dying, and less on made-up biology. Sure. After surviving a few waves of sires, they escape into a nearby area where they find a power switch that shuts down the AI's voice, thus ending his reign of annoyance.
Thank God, yes. And things might get more annoying, though. I mean, here we hear over the radio from Cole that there is razor hail outside. Like, that's right, like hail, like out of the sky. Why razor hail? Why razor blades raining from the sky?
Ooh, I got an idea. Upchucked helicopter blades from the worm finally falling back down to Earth.
Actually, that's great. And I love that. And I wish that's actually now canon. I'm going to call that canon. But when I'm playing this...
Were there exactly 4 pieces of razor hail? Because that would help really narrow this down.
You're right. Maybe there was just a lot of helicopters up and about that day. I'm not sure. But there's no explanation given. But boy, is that razor hail really coming down. And to me, I'm like, well, you'd think if razor hail was a known thing in this universe, I'm like, all right, we got to go fight a bunch. And you know how it is over there where we fight the locusts. Occasionally you get the razor hail. We're going to have to bring some pretty strong umbrellas. No one mentions it. They don't even bring a helmet. Instead, the Gears just out there on foot, covering, without a covering on their neck. Just necks out, razor hail in the sky. I'm like, come on, guys. Come on. Be prepared. Wear a hat.
Saves time on shaving each morning, though.
I guess.
You just run through the rain.
I get upset about the weirdest shit. I'm sorry I made that a whole thing, but I mean, come on. At least wear a turtleneck that's a little bit metal or something. I don't know.
More locusts start to appear and push back, making this stronghold appear stronger. Eventually, the razor hail just turns into regular rain, so they escape the factory and get back to the vehicle they arrived on, known as the Centaur. At some point in the melange of firefighting and dodging razors, the Gears received intel on the location of the entrance to a nearby mountain base where the Queen is.
Yeah, I missed that intelligence transmission completely. It could have been the annoying AI guy, or the specimen tank bursting, or the razor hail is a busy thing going on there. I missed it. Might have missed it.
Or maybe that intel guy is just, pretty pensive, right?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Hey, we need some intel on the Queen. What do you got for us?
Sure. So the Queen is, well, she's... I'm so sorry. I'm just nervous. My first day on the job. So the Queen is, so you go down this path. See this path here that says, see these signs that say Queen and have an arrow pointing in a particular direction? You want to follow those signs. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Spit it out. Listen, you're not helping us at all, to be honest with you.
That does not help my confidence.
What are you afraid
of?
Told
me this was going to be a tough day.
I just walked through.
Was right.
Razor hail.
Hey, razor hail, right? Yeah, razor hail, right. I got to work this morning as well, so we're kind of on the same page there.
Can I speak to a manager? Is there a manager in?
Oh God, I don't know who the manager is.
Do you have a number? Is there another number I can call? This is empty. You're not helping. I need to get to the Queen.
Sorry. Okay. Do you want to talk about Disney Plus?
If I just start pushing 0, does it get me to another person? I forget how it works. 0.
Yeah. Hello. Can I help you?
What are you wearing?
Well, I am wearing.
Son of a bitch.
So he should have used his confidence voice the first time. The Centaur kicks ass, though. It controls terribly, but has a powerful cannon shot that makes quick work of most enemies. It's a nice break up here from underground confines and drab factories to finally get out in the open, snowy. By the way, it's snowing now. It just snow, though. It's not like snow razors.
Oh, good.
And there's not even a single snow shank. It's just snow, just regular snow. So there's snowy mountains with trees and frozen ponds visible during their ascent up the mountain road. It's fresh air, and that's not to say there aren't enemies at every turn. There definitely are. But again, the Centaur kicks a lot of ass.
Yeah. And I wish it were a real centaur, though. I mean, how come the locusts, they get what we talked about, like a giant flea barge, and they got a massive rock worm with rock foreskin for a shield, and we can't have a fucking 4-legged, big-dicked centaur to ride around on? Oh, come on. Let us have some fun.
Can you imagine the conversations between Marcus and a big-dicked centaur that he's riding around on?
Hey, guy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just like you in a lot of ways, you know?
That's my centaur neigh.
I was like, it's kind of weird because you have a human torso, but you still neigh like a horse. I think that's strange. I guess they didn't let you into school because you got that big old dick and you're mostly horse, but I thought we could have a conversation. Oh, but it looks like you're just mostly horse. I'll be damned. And you giggle weird. I don't really like you now. I thought maybe we could get along, but you're just a weird horse with a big old dick.
I don't know what that means.
Somebody sat on a trumpet. I don't like it.
They gave me horse vocal cords I was born with human vocal cords that they removed and replaced with horse vocal cords for some reason.
Weird that you said that, though, what you just did.
Yeah. Those are the vocal cords only allow me to say that particular phrase and this one.
I feel like you're lying to me out of some weird centaur fetish. You're trying to swindle me so you can fuck me later, and I'm not buying it, guy. All right? You're a double agent. You're a double horse agent, and it's odd.
Where are we? Soon enough, the Gears find themselves in a claustrophobic environment again as they take the centaur inside Mount Kadra, where the locusts are known to have a stronghold deep within. It's a good thing they have the centaur too, as the enemies inside the mountain base are all of the big ones variety. The giant burrowing spider things, the enormous machine gun armed Star Wars tauntaun things, and reavers, which are just extra large fangy mosquito fleas. All these things in multiples. What would have been a sure death on foot becomes no big deal with the big-dicked centaur.
Hell yeah.
Moments later, things calm down and the Gears are making their way further into the mountain when suddenly the centaur's headlights illuminate some people. The lights blind them. They all cover their faces, but they don't run.
They should. Have they seen the motherfuckers we've seen in here so far? And are they just not afraid of a big dick centaur? I know I would be.
This one doesn't have a big dick though. You made that up.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, now is actually probably a pretty good time for a bit of an intervention, Travis. Now, I've written a statement that I'd like to read. Thank you for joining me in this nondescript hotel conference room on some shady side street, as these interventions tend to take place for some reason.
Your pants
Travis,
still off or back on? Or
you know what? Do you, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Travis,
yes.
You are a good friend, and you are a great father, and you are a husband. But your addiction is destroying your life and the life of the one guy who loves you. Travis, please get help. You simply can't go around pretending that every video game character and vehicle has a massive dong.
But they do.
During episode 1, when you said that itchy, tasty head-turning cinematic zombie from Resident Evil was swinging one hell of a corpse plug, I laughed, sure, but I shouldn't have. Okay,
you should have.
Then in episode 5, when discussing Tomb Raider, you said that the Tyrannosaurus Rex should have been called Tight Anus that it wrecks, because it wrecks tight anuses. Those are your words. Those are your words. And I smiled. I smiled, but again, I shouldn't have smiled. And now you forced the only centaur who's ever let you inside of it to associate its defining weapon of war with a wiener. And I've got to say, that's enough. Please, Travis, get help. Or at least do some drugs. That would be way less embarrassing for us here at this intervention.
I'm digesting a lot of edibles as we speak, so it's not that. I mean, I guess I'm just a pervert. But man, I don't remember saying those things. I don't think I did. But
you did.
Goddamn, they're funny.
No,
they're so funny.
Absolutely.
They're so funny. Tight anus. I know. I love it.
One. Oh yeah, and thus concludes the intervention. I hope you've accepted the offer to get. You're going to spend 30 days in a retreat in Florida, where they do nothing but show you pictures of men with the dicks blurred out. They're going to put you in an environment where there's no dicks. Okay? Can you handle that, sir?
I'm going to say it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
One of the men comes forward, and to Marcus's surprise, it's the old codger from the gas station from Gears 1.
Woo.
He's still complaining. He tells Marcus that after he and his jackass friends blew up his gas station...
That's not how I remember it.
He had to flee to safety. Franklin's outpost was overrun too, so they made their way here to the mountain.
They just made their way here. We made our way here, but it was inside of Big Dick Centaur. How did they make their... Is there 2 Big Dick Centaurs out here? That's what I gotta know.
I have no idea. But anyway, the old man speaks of Nexus, which he explains is where all the locusts come from, and tells them how to get there from here.
All the military intelligence on this fucking planet, they get the best information from a marauding gas station attendant who hates them.
Also, I saw a woman, looks kind of like her name would be Jane Doe, or maybe not Jane Doe. Like, yeah, she's just right over there. She's hanging out. I kept an eye out. I don't know if you guys did that. You guys probably should have kept an eye out. I kept an eye out. She's right over there.
I know it's her because her voice sucks.
Marcus has Baird and Cole escort the displaced people to the surface and transported to safety while he and Dom seek out the Nexus. Before they part, Dom asks the old man if he's seen his wife Maria and shows him a picture of her. The old man said she looks familiar and thinks she came with another group, but says the group was captured and likely taken to the Nexus. I forgot you wrote that. And it's pretty funny that we specifically called out how absurd that would be, and that's exactly what happens.
Exactly, yes. And once again here, Marcus shows off his soft side. He dispels Dom's negative remarks about Maria likely being dead. If she's been down here, he tells Dom everything is going to work out and not to worry, just be just a total bro. Probably feels pretty guilty about all the times he made him look at holes and told him that they were his wife or his mother. So just being a bro now, making up, doing some makeup.
The journey to Nexus is a long one, wrought with firefights, gunboat battles, lengthy river channels, and a battle with a sea kraken.
Yes, and the sea kraken part is cool. Like when the tentacles come out and plop over the boat, Marcus chainsaws them in half. It fucking rules.
Okay, Travis, I'm going to ask a very important question here. This is going to prove whether or not you've grown as a human being. Do those tentacles, do they look like anything, Travis?
They look like... they look a little bit like... they look like hentai dicks. They look like dicks. They're a little bit like penises.
All right. Wow. You've made no progress in the last 10 seconds. I'm really disappointed. It's not just a beast of tentacles, though. Oh, no. See, eventually the sea monster rises and chomps the side of the gunboat, showing its head, mouth, and several rows of pointy teeth. Marcus takes this opportunity to toss some grenades inside. This sequence happens a few times until the sea monster is overcome with grenade heartburn and releases the boat and sinks to the bottom of the lake.
This game fucking rules.
Eventually, they dock the boat and make their way forward into a pass where they see the locust armies marching in step. This looks more like a stronghold now instead of just a cave. They must be close to the Nexus, but they'll need to dodge the highway of locust armies marching through and find another way around. Dom, however, is understandably fixated on his wife and convinces Marcus to check out the labor camps first to see if she's there. God, what a misogynistic prick, all right? Women can do more than just make babies. God.
Wait. Do you not know what a labor camp is?
I am beginning to think I do not. They confirm she is in the labor camp by accessing one of the locust terminals and finding her listed, but they don't know exactly where she is. Looking around, there are dozens, possibly hundreds of pods, like the one Baird was trapped in earlier. Presumably, each one has a prisoner for the labor camp inside.
Oh, good. So I guess the gears go through and open them all one by one, set everyone free. That's great.
Oh, yeah, that would be neat. And each time the Legend of Zelda treasure chest jingle plays, that would be great. But sadly, no. And opening all of the pods probably wouldn't do any good down here anyway. You'll find out soon why leaving these things shut just might be okay. So in searching, they skip over all of the pods until they find the one they are somehow sure contains Maria.
Yes, and Gears 1, Marcus would have said,
"Hey, Dom, this one over here, I'm pretty sure it's your wife. Because it smells like your wife. Don't ask me how I know."
They cut it open, and after a dramatic pause, Maria just kind of walks out, and she looks okay. She walks over to Dom, and they embrace for a long minute. But then she weakly falls to the ground, right to her knees. Dom is like, "Here? Okay, I guess if you want to do that, that's fine."
Get a room, you two. Get a room.
That doesn't happen. No. So she does fall to the ground, And then she just begins to transform slowly into a ghoul. Her hair falls out, her skin shrivels and wastes away until she's nearly a skeleton. Dom pleads and begs for her to come to snap out of it. Did she ever appear normal? Was his mind just like playing tricks, or did she waste away in front of his eyes? It doesn't matter now. She's clearly near death. She doesn't respond. Her eyes are rolled back in her head, lifeless. She's a husk, a zombie. No longer human, no longer his wife, albeit faintly alive with an anguished look across her decrepit face. Marcus walks away, giving Dom the moment he needs to say goodbye, and puts his dear wife out of her misery. A single shot is heard in the distance before Dom meets back up with Marcus. Marcus tells him he's sorry for what happened to Maria, and refueled with rage, the men march on to the Nexus.
Man, that was rough, but at least I don't have to worry about her anymore, am I right?
Don't gotta keep an eye out anymore.
Hey, Dom, I was just thinking, like, silver lining to all this is we don't really have to look for your wife anymore. Thinking that it's pretty sweet, right? Not bad.
I was starting to get like tiny little like cricks in my neck, because every time I would have to slightly turn my neck sideways in order to look maybe at the horizon to see if your wife was there, and that was just really painful for me, like to kind of slightly tilt my head in a direction that I just didn't really want to do, so it's good for me. I mean, less neck pain. So eventually, Marcus and Dom rejoin with Baird and Cole and continue toward Queen Mira's palace. Offhanded conversations between the Delta unit drives home how much they still don't know about their enemy. Marcus is confused by the infrastructure, noting how much of it there is, how sophisticated it is, and realizes no one knows how long it's been down here. They don't even fully understand how emulsion plays into it, only knowing that the locusts want it as bad as the humans do. The next chapter of the story is titled The Hive, as the Delta team march their way into what is believed to be the locust heart where the queen lives. As the name The Hive implies, the Gears are walking into swarms of locusts, and all the different enemy types encountered so far are reintroduced. Boomers, grinders, reavers, tickers, cantuses, grenadiers, if you will, wretches, blood mounts, maulers, corpsers, you name it, they're all here in full force.
And don't forget Peceri, Ditellini, Casarici, Malfadini, Cavatapi, Farfalle, Paceri, Tortellini, Linguini, and the Penne.
You're just naming pasta.
What were you naming?
I was naming actual enemies in the actual, real game.
Ah, well then my bad.
It is.
Also, I wonder if the Krill aren't in this game because, in the first one, we had the Krill there, and maybe it's because General Rom controlled them and we killed him, maybe in the first one, because it's awfully dark down here and be a good place for Krill to murder stuff, in my opinion.
Agreed. After wandering around the Queen's palace and engaging in fists of armed assaults against intermittent waves of locust enemies for what seems like forever, the Delta Squad reach a control room with a bank of monitors. On the monitors are schematics for how the locusts plan to overtake the surface. Whether the real voice of the Queen or some recording of it, it is unclear, but over the loudspeakers can be heard Mira's claims that the world is rightfully hers and she intends to destroy the humans. Cole does not take kindly to this and grabs a microphone off the wall and starts screaming into it before Baird completely rips it off the wall.
We cannot allow the lambent to pollute the surface. We must bury their infection here. The world is rightfully ours.
Delta Squad is in your house, bitch! You hear that shit? Your grubby-ass bitches are going down, like way down, dead down. So down you ain't gonna even know which way is up. Your ass is gonna be quiet till your skink-ass queen. Oh, mommy, don't let the bad man hurt us. Fuck you! We gonna whoop your mama's ass! Whoa!
There we go. One muzzled queen. Not you, her. You were great. I loved your speech there, especially with the bitch-ass stuff. Very good. Very enlightening.
In summary, here we learn that the Queen has led the Locust Horde into a civil war against the lambent group of locusts who were exposed to and poisoned by the emulsion. It appears that the lambent also wish to overthrow the Queen and take over the Nexus, aka her hive. We have a three-way brouhaha. Everyone hates everyone. The Queen's plan, that Cole responds to, is to sink Jacinto, which will then flood what is known as the Hollow, which is where the lambent are. In the next scene, Jack, the handy robot that's been following them around, hacks the monitors in the control room and finds a recording of Marcus's father also saying that they should sink Jacinto to flood the hollow. The other Gears look to Marcus for his reaction.
I love how indignant Marcus gets here, too. He's like,
Don't second guess my daddy.
Without missing a beat, Marcus agrees with what he hears his father say, much to the surprise of the group. For a moment, it sounds like Marcus's dad was siding with the Queen and that Marcus supported this. But Marcus explains that they need to sink Jacinto and flood the hollow before the locusts do. And while the locusts are still fighting inside the hollow in order to wipe out both enemies at once, Marcus, still uneasy about what he's agreeing with, vows that this will be a plan B if they are unable to reach the Queen first.
yeah, I mean, it could lead to a total mess. Like, what about this scenario? Because if you remember, Jacinto is the last remaining stronghold of the human race on planet Sera. It's the only place humans can survive, on this rock. So if they sink it into the sea in order to flood the hollow, it's going to require an evacuation plan, right?
Of course.
Or else we're just going to lose all the humans. Not something they can just easily do. You can't even evacuate, like, fucking Florida, ever. So, I mean, you're not going to evacuate, like, a place that's, whatever. Sorry to bring Florida into it. Anyway, if you remember, Marcus already suspected this was the Queen's plan, but he is just now learning it was also his dad's.
Marcus has a dad. Gotcha. Okay.
Right, Adam. So on top of just finding a way to sink an enormous rock into the ocean to begin with, which is also just not an easy thing to just do. Like, we can't just sink Florida. Sorry to bring Florida back into it. But we just don't know the Lambent's plan.
Ah, a conundrum, that's called. Mm-hmm.
Sure. So what if they also want to sink Jacinto to flood the hollow and some 2 steps ahead twist to kill the humans during the evacuation and take over the Nexus?
What if indeed?
Yeah. So what if the humans, the lambent, and the locust are all planning to sink Jacinto, and then they're just standing on the bank watching the hollow flood and realizing they all planned the same damn thing and no one dies but everyone's homeless now?
The what if has become the what e. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So they look across the now flooded hollow to see each other all looking down into it, and then back up, and then back down to the water, and then back up, and then they're just all like, ah, shit. Really? Son of a... That would be great. It'd be actually a good way to just end the whole series.
Eventually, the Delta Squad enters the Queen's lair. She appears human-like, but with long, ropey tendrils and stuff protruding from her. While most of her is otherworldly, her torso and face aren't unattractive, at least not to Cole, who turns to the group and says, "This is the Locust Queen? I thought she was supposed to be butt ugly." Everyone ignores this. She tells them that they are the first humans to be graced by her presence, and asserts that they will be the last. At this point, Marcus and the Queen, for some reason, exchange their plans. She says she wants to sink Jacinto even though her rift worm, the giant serpent the Gears were inside of earlier, is dead. Marcus says he wants to sink Jacinto first. The Queen laughs and says that's too bad. She already has an army en route to Jacinto now to prevent that plan from happening.
Sexy 4D chess. I can feel the horny turgidity in the air between the Queen and Marcus, and it is so hot.
The Queen then starts to play head games with Marcus and tells him it's a shame he didn't follow in his father Adam's footsteps. She hints that she knew Adam by telling Marcus that his father spoke highly of him to her. At this point, she orders her henchmen to fight the Gears, and we are officially introduced to Scourge, the ugly, giant, ninja-like, hissing Pirates of the Caribbean after dark-looking, chainsaw, stick-wielding guy from earlier. Marcus taunts him by asking if he was mad that they killed his big worm.
Killing someone's big worm is upsetting. Marcus should be ashamed. Too far, Marcus.
Scourge is a tough opponent, and the waves of ticker he sicks on the Gears during the fight, as well as the enormous stone columns he tries to smash them with, don't make it any easier. Before he can be killed, a massive pink flying tick bursts through a nearby window.
And this thing looks like Krang from the Turtles and Slimer from the Ghostbusters had the weirdest sex you can imagine, and then one of them got a blister because they didn't use lube, and then that blister popped, and then out this fucking thing came.
You think Krang would be the one that gets pregnant, and so then there's like Krang's pregnant, and he's also inside the belly of that big like Krang machine. This is like the second episode we talked about turduckens. It's kind of a human, a weird alien turducken.
That's true, yeah.
That's a turfucking.
Krang,
maybe he
Krang dickin.
I don't know. Scourge jumps in on this Krang thing that is better known as a Hydra and rides away on it. Scourge and the Queen have gotten away, probably en route to sink Jacinto, while Marcus and the Gears are far away from civilization and deep in the heart of the Locust Hive. With few options, Marcus decides they should ride the Reavers, the more agile, flying, flea-like monsters they fought time and time again, out to the surface. Unsure about this or whether it would even work, they pair up and ride 2 Reavers out. Cole is nonplussed by the idea.
Always wanted me a little horse. It's a flying one. They ain't cool, but let's just get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
The Gears ride the Reavers through the halls of the palace, fending off attackers as they go until they are eventually chased by Scourge and the Hydra from behind. The Hydra is terrifying and speeds up close behind the Reavers with its large jaws agape and its big mouthful of fangs menacingly protruding outward, preparing to gnash. Meanwhile, Scourge is firing missiles from his perch upon the Hydra's back. They successfully fend off the monster long enough to slip through a crack in the planet's surface that the Hydra can't fit through. Looks like the Hydra could have used some of Skid Slippery's beast grease. You know, that's our advertiser back from episode 9. He could have slipped right through that crack with grace to spare, I think.
There's several uses for it, to be honest with you. Please, everyone, use checkout code TalesLesser for 8% off.
At skidslipperysbeastgrease.com. They soar into the sky and are finally free of the underground stranglehold. There's no rest for the wicked, though, as on the way toward Jacinto, they race through forests of tall trees on the backs of the Reavers. They are assaulted by armies of locusts riding Reavers of their own.
Copycats?
And just when you think it couldn't get much worse, the Hydra returns, apparently finding its way out from the ground. It's more terrifying in the daylight. It is constantly poised to strike from the rear and is terrifying to look at. Finally, one shot from the Gears hits just right and sends it exploding to the ground, Scourge along with it. The Gears arrive at Jacinto and are happy to find that it still exists.
Yes.
The good news is Jacinto is almost completely evacuated. Where to, we don't know, because this entire time the Gears lore has told us that Jacinto is special because it's the only place humans could live. Apparently a few apartments opened up on the east side, I don't know. But the bad news is that some of their Gears comrades are still down in the hollow. They need more time to get to them before they flood it.
Yeah, and here they just skimp past the details on how to sink a city. I mean, Marcus asks if they have a plan, and they're like, yeah, totally, working on finalizing those logistics right now. And then they don't inquire further. I don't know how the next question isn't like, that's fantastic. So how do you plan to sink the city-sized rock into the ocean? Like, what are those logistics you're working on? I mean, I know you said you haven't finished it, but like, what's the start of that? Like, are you going to put a big stick on one end and then get Bugs Bunny to jump up and down on it until it, like, pops loose? I would want to know.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's way better than what we were actually going to do.
Oh, God.
There's then a massive quake. Do you know Bugs Bunny's number? Could you get a hold of him? That'd be great.
I think it's 1-800-ACME. You know, Disney Plus don't have a lot of Bugs Bunny. He was a different property, but, you know, they got... Yeah, we got the goddamn Lion King out there doing his whole thing, and you know, Star Wars recently acquired, so a lot of good stuff on there. Yeah.
Then there's a massive quake that shakes the military control room. Everyone grabs their weapon and runs outside to guard the perimeter. Jacinto's base is under attack. The locust infestation is quite deep now, reaching all the way to the city center. The Delta Squad, now joined by the military commander and Anya, now make their way around the city's shrunken perimeter and fend off the encroaching enemies. After a break in the assault, the team reconvenes to form a plan.
First, we call Bugs Bunny's agent. Then, yeah.
Their plan actually makes some sense. Stay with me here. Now, using maps that were likely generated by their efforts in the last Gears, they identify an area in the caverns where they can strategically place another light mass bomb. Now, if you remember from the last episode, the Gears used a light mass bomb to attempt to destroy the underground tunnels full of locusts, and were only mildly successful because they didn't know the scale of the locust infestation. Using another one of those bombs in this location is believed to give Jacinto the push it needs to sink and in turn flood the caverns and wash the locusts out.
Wow, this is like the Itsy Bitsy Spider, except it's massive and less spidery, which has me wondering what the opposite of Itsy Bitsy is anyway. Bigsy Itsy? Bigsy Bitsy?
It's one of those, yeah. The catch here, of course, is that they don't feel confident that they could get a chopper close enough to deliver the bomb to the right spot. I don't know why. This never stopped them before, but anyway. Good on them for finally understanding the limitations of video game helicopters. So, as you probably expected, it's up to Marcus and his crew to clear a spot for the helicopters to safely reach and drop the bomb. So Marcus, Dom, Baird, and Cole set off on foot to the sinkhole nestled somewhere on the outskirts of Jacinto.
Yeah, me and the boys are always heading out late to the old sinkhole. That's what we do. I get me and my 3 closest bros together, and I say, hey, boys, let's go to the outskirts and get some sinkhole. You know what I'm saying?
The Gears march through the war-torn city that locusts have almost completely infiltrated now. Again, thankfully, all civilians have been evacuated. Enemies are in every nook and cranny, and they've brought their best remaining firepower to Jacinto. Finally, the crew reaches the sinkhole. It's an enormous chasm.
Hey, Dom. I'm just fucking around now. I'm just fucking.
Chasm with plumes of smoke jetting from its bowels. They begin their descent down through toppled skyscrapers lower and lower toward what looks like a fiery hell. Their luck shifts, though, and they come to a lonely Brumach, the enormous armor-bearing, chain gun-wielding gargantuan beast, and instead of killing it, they hijack it, take over the cockpit where a piloting locust usually sits, and ride through the underground tunnels, catching locust off guard and murdering them with their own Brumach.
This is fun as fuck, and you can almost smell Marcus's murder boner through your TV. It doesn't matter if it's HD or not. It's still smell it.
I can smell yours from here, Travis.
Oh, good.
The Brumach can fire missiles and machine guns and has endless ammo capacity. Every enemy that posited a threat before, Reavers, Bloodmounts, Corpsers, all the big stuff, is now puny by comparison. The Brumach marches like a steel mech over a Lego playset and takes no prisoners. Using the Brumach, the Gears clear out a path for the Ravens, or helicopters, to enter through the top and lower the light bomb into place. However, it is at this moment the Brumach has other plans. While standing on the emulsion, the Brumach suddenly develops a mind of its own and swats the chopper carrying the light mass bomb. It plummets it into the lava-like emulsion, and no explosion follows. The bomb opportunity is gone. Meanwhile, the Gears dismount the Brumach into a second extraction chopper that was following behind.
Oh, man.
Baird, astute as always, tells Marcus that they're screwed. They lost the light mass bomb. Marcus asserts there must be a way, but then looks on to witness the Brumach they were just riding becoming transformed into something impossibly more hideous.
Oh, no.
It grows to be extremely large, much larger than before. Its steel armor shreds and falls from its body. Sharp tentacles emit from its sides and writhe around. The Brumach's head tilts back, and its mouth opens wide enough for another head and mouth to burst through, revealing a large and sharper set of teeth.
Yikes.
On top of it all, the beast continues to grow and grow. All of this is likely due to the emulsion it's standing in and absorbing. Now the Gears find themselves in a vulnerable helicopter circling a new beast and still without a plan for sinking Jacinto.
Oh no, that can't be good. Call Bugs Bunny.
But a plan quickly forms. As we've said, locusts who are poisoned by emulsion become lambent, meaning they will explode when killed. We've encountered a number of lambent enemies thus far, like the exploding tickers and the lambent wrenches that are better killed from a distance so that their death kabooms don't kill the Gears too. The plan then becomes to destroy this lambent Brumach with the hope that it explodes with a force strong enough to sink Jacinto, just as the light mass bomb was supposed to do.
Good plan.
The lambent Brumach appears almost as an unsightly Venus flytrap of sorts and isn't very mobile, relying on the snapping heads on the ends of its many tentacles to strike in snake-like fashion. The Gears focus their weapons on the beast as the Raven circles it and dodges the attacks. Using the Hammer of Dawn, Marcus centers a beam right over the Brumach, and after a few successful hits, the Brumach begins to tear apart. Realizing the end is nigh, the pilot manages to exit the sinkhole just in time for the Brumach to explode, causing the city to erupt and the skyscrapers on the surface to crumble and sink below. As it does, the ocean water spills in from where the city once stood, protected by its rocky surface. The flood happens fast, water fills the sinking city and the Locust's tunnels below, and hopefully washes away Lambent and the Locust strongholds underneath. And that's the end of Gears of War 2.
We did it again! Whoa! All right.
Yeah!
So a few unknowns. I mean, I guess we never really got confirmation that Carmine was dead, although it feels like he should be.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
again, after several should-bes, he definitely should be.
He should be. I mean, I know he was the only one wearing a helmet during the Razor Hail. Good on him. But I think he's dead. And then also, I guess we didn't really get to the Queen, right? She, we got Scourge, but she bailed. So we sunk a city. She's still out there, I guess. Unless she was in the Nexus and can't swim. I don't know.
for the sake of narrative conclusion and also more episodes of this podcast, I hope I hope she's still alive. I hope we figure something out with her.
Yeah, we haven't. I mean, we got to figure it out. We will figure it out next episode. But yeah, I'm liking the Gears series. It's when I played it, I did a lot of button mashing through cutscenes, and I just really wanted to take cover and murder shit because it makes a lot of blood spurt out, and it's really cool. But I'm finding that, the story, not bad at all. So I'm having fun with this one.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, Gears of War.
That's right. You seem enthralled. All right.
I'm very much enthralled.
All right. Well, that's it for this game. Now, be sure to subscribe, God damn it, and we will be releasing this series episode 1 week apart. So we did the first one last week, and then we used to do them all at once. So you just, we'll hang around next week. You'll get that Gears of War 3 in your feed if you subscribe, so do that.
And if you would be so kind, please rate and review us. We need more reviews to read as our favorite characters. That would be fantastic. Please do that. iTunes would be wonderful, but anywhere you can talk about us would be fantastic. Also, reach out to us if you want. Comment on the episodes. Ask us questions about the episodes. Join in the fun narrative buffoonery. You can do that on Twitter. The official podcast handle is @TalesLesser. Mine is @CalebJRoss. And Travis's is @TravPlaysGames.
You can also send us an angry email about anything we got wrong to polykillpodcast@gmail.com. You can visit polymedianetwork.com for more stuff and more podcasts. And a shout out, as always, to Brad Sucks, who lent us our intro and outro theme that you can hear a little bit right now. And he, again, recently released a new album, so check it out.
And thank you so much for listening.
And the tale has been told.